Hey guys, Kim here. I'm gonna make my first non-business video today, and I'm excited about it because there's something that I really want to share with you that has helped me tremendously. So my whole life, my weight has been somewhat of an issue. It's like, I've never been like very large, I suppose, but I've never really been terribly thin either. And, obviously, there's a lot of pressure to be so sometimes, and of course, it might be your goal to be so. It certainly didn't make me very happy that I wasn't. So probably like around all of like being like teens and early 20s and 20s, and I was probably in and around like 130, 140. I'm 5'7", so not bad. That is what it is. But right around when I hit 30, I changed absolutely nothing. I was always like fairly active, and I was just like gaining weight, right? So I hit 30, and in approaching 30, I basically went from like 140 to 150 to like literally when I was coming back from my honeymoon, I was 160 pounds. And I know that I'm potentially talking to people that are a lot more or a lot less than that. Everybody's like of all shapes and sizes, but like that being so much more than I was really used to, it made me just feel very poorly. Like when I would get ready for in the morning, it was like such a like, what am I gonna look like the best in? What am I gonna not look fat in? What am I gonna look thin in? Just in like be like looking at myself in the mirror, like it was a big deal to me, and I just didn't understand why I was getting older and like gaining this weight with no change in anything. I eat what I want, but like I eat decent at the same time. And I really started to work out like a lot, and I was seeing absolute zero results. Unlike when I was like 22, I would work out a handful of times and drop X amount of pounds and be a lot better and feel a lot better and yada yada. So I was like trying a lot of different things to the point where I was like, maybe this is just gonna be the way it is. I'm just gonna be a little bit overweight, nothing crazy. Just gonna have to accept that like this is my body type, and I'm just gonna be larger than I was and get new clothes and like whatever. Like it was like a lot to accept. And I found this diet. It's called the HCG diet. For those of you guys who haven't heard of it, HCG, it's an all natural, I think it's basically like a hormone. It's totally safe to use, but it's something where essentially it makes your body eat its own fat. So I read this book about the HCG diet. It's called The Weight Loss Cure That They Don't Want You to Know About by Kevin Trudeau. It's an amazing book. It really broke down why this diet is like not super well known. And it's a lot of it is because it genuinely works so efficiently that like it would put a lot of drug companies out of business. I don't know. I can subscribe to some conspiracy theories from time to time, and I'm like, that makes so much sense. And so I read about how it's really important to like do this diet to where it resets your metabolism, makes your body eat its own fat, and you're, essentially like you just drop a lot of weight. And so I just felt like this was like the last thing where I could potentially cling to like having like a halfway decent body, like going into being like almost middle-aged. And I read the book. It talks about how you want to like get rid of like toxins that you eat, because they're in anything that's non-organic that you eat at all. There's tons of toxins, and so essentially did a couple of cleanses that the book talked about, like a candida cleanse and a colon cleanse and stuff like that. Then you want to make sure that you're eating like as organic as possible for a short time during that. So you're just like getting rid of the toxins, you're not adding any toxins. Then you take the HCG, and the HCG that I used, I just got online. I'm going to put in the link here, or like the link below in the text below this video, so that you guys can just use the one that I used if you prefer. I'm sure there's a lot of really good ones out there. Honestly, I picked it kind of arbitrarily. And you do the drops 3 times a day. You eat, ready, 500 calories a day. I get it. Oh my gosh, super small. Listen, it's worth it, as I literally lost a pound a day. I did it for about 30 days. I lost like 30 pounds. I went from 160 to 130. So way more than I would actually lose if I was just not eating a lot of food, right? Because your body gets some of the nutrients that it needs from like the 500 calories a day that you're eating, and then it eats its own fat. The whole point of the HCG is then at that point, during the course of that, it resets your metabolism so you don't gain it back. So now I did that probably about a year and a half ago. I felt so amazing after putting off that, or after taking off that weight. People that I saw that I hadn't seen in a while were like, oh my gosh, you lost so much weight. Like, it just felt so good. I felt so much better about like just being, you know, in different clothing and being able to fit into things, being able to fit better into things that I like haven't felt in so long. And since then, I've been able to, one, really keep it off. If I go through like phases where I eat really badly for an extended period of time, which like can happen a little bit during the holiday season or stuff like that, I'll do like a couple days of it, drop a couple pounds and like go back down, but I'm nowhere near to where I'm like approaching this, you know, uncomfortable weight and, you know, having no idea of how to get it back down. So I just kind of fluctuate in and around 130 now. And I've told so many people about it. So I think I've probably told like 20 different friends and family. Literally every single person that I've told has followed back up with me and said like, this is absolutely amazing. I lost 20 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. I lost 40 pounds. And it's made me so happy. You know, like there's literally been several of my friends who like dropped 30 pounds right before their wedding. And like, you know, they just feel so much better about themselves, which is too bad because actually I found this right after my wedding, that part, right? Being too bad. But so I really just wanted to like share this since like there are going to be some people that watch this video. Maybe this is something that can help you because it immensely changed like how I was feeling about myself as I got a little bit older. And therefore just how I was feeling about myself though on a day-to-day basis. Every time I looked in the mirror, every time I got ready for work or to go out or whatever it was, every time I picked out an outfit, right? Like so many different times. So I'm just so glad that I found it. I'm so glad that I found that book. And I'm so glad that like that was able to just work so well for me and for so many other people that I've told. So I really encourage you, like, even if your initial reaction is like, okay, 500 calories a day, that sounds absolutely crazy. You're gonna be so motivated by the weight that you lose every single day. You're going to want to wake up the next day and eat 500 calories again. Like the weight loss outweighs like being a little bit hungry. I will say that I wasn't nearly as hungry as I thought I would be because the HCG definitely blocks some of your appetite in the first place. The weirdest thing was just like more socially not eating food, right? If you go out, you meet a couple people, a lot of times you'll share an appetizer, you'll grab dinner or whatever. So it was a little bit more like how socially I was used to that, and less that I really wanted or needed food. I will say that. You know, while you're doing the 500 calories, it's just going to be fruits, veggies, and protein, like chicken or fish or something like that. You can Google HCG recipes and stuff. Like, obviously, that's all over the internet. But if there's anybody out there that's like also kind of thinking like, oh my gosh, I've tried everything. I just really want to lose like 10, 20, 30 plus. There's been a lot of success stories where it's worked for so much more weight, and I've tried everything and I don't know how. I just really wanted to share this because I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. I've kept it up, off, and I did not exercise one time. Like, I was an active person all throughout my life, but I'm not really like crazy about exercise per se, right? Waking up super early, going to the gym and blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, to find something that didn't even involve that, I was like shocked. So hopefully that helps a couple of people out there. Definitely let me know. Would love to hear your story. Would love to hear if you're going to try it. You know, like the video, put something in the comments so that way we can communicate about it, because I love hearing some of the success stories when people follow back up with me after I've talked to them about it. It makes me really happy. So everybody have an awesome evening. Thanks so much for watching this video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.